Hi there and welcome to tutorial 56. You just heard the 1967 Doors track Light My Fire featuring the sounds on the Studiologic Sledge. Now a lot of bands would have used the Hammond organ, and what gave the Doors their signature sound was the Vox Continental organ, and I'm going to be showing you how I got the Vox Continental organ sound and the Rhodes piano bass on the Studiologic Sledge. So the first sound, Vox Continental. I'll first of all go to an initial setting, and then oscillator 1 is going to be on a 16-foot sawtooth waveform. And the level of this, well actually we'll do the levels in a minute. Oscillator 2 is also a sawtooth waveform at an 8-foot pitch, and oscillator 3 is on a sawtooth waveform on a 4-foot pitch, and this gives us 3 octaves of sounds. But now we need to balance those up. So oscillator 3 is full volume, oscillator 2 is sort of half volume at 64, and oscillator 1 is at about 99. Now this represents the fact that like the Hammond organ, the Vox Continental had drawbars, so you can mix and match the sounds that you wanted for your organ sound. Of course, the velocity was 0. The filter is going to be fully open for this particular sound, and all we need to add to that really is a bit of reverb. So the reverb time is 60. There we are. And the level 63. And you'll hear that in the track. Now, when Lawrence Hammond invented his Hammond organ in the 1930s, it was kind of as he was trying to make an electronic version of a church organ. But with a bit of tweaking, we can actually tweak that Vox Continental sound with its very bright sawtooth waveforms to form quite a good church organ sound. So the first thing that we're going to do is get rid of some of the buzziness from the left hand, and therefore we're going to introduce a key track to 112, and we're going to reduce the filter, the cutoff, to 110. Now, the very full church organ sounds had lots of bright harmonics in there, and I'll just give you a little example of what that might sound like. But to create the full church effect, we need to alter the reverb. So reverb time 80. And we're going to put this full up, the level full up. And we've now got quite a good church organ sound. And now back to the Doors. The other instrument that Ray Manzarek played in the Doors was a Rhodes piano bass. And the Rhodes piano bass sounds a bit like this, etc. And the Rhodes piano bass was basically the bottom few octaves of the Rhodes electronic piano, well, electric piano, because it was electromechanical. It had tines inside that were hit by hammers and picked up by sort of guitar pickups really. But Ray Manzarek found that this was a really good alternative to a bass guitar. So let's see how we got that sound. We'll go to an initial setting, and oscillator 1 is going to be on a triangle waveform, and that's a 16-foot pitch. Now the level of that is 114. Oscillator 2 is on a sawtooth waveform, and that's all the way up there. We're actually going to sync oscillator 2 to oscillator 3 But we don't need to click oscillator 3 into the mixer. We just need to get the raw data from it, which is a 16-foot square waveform. And syncing oscillator 2 to oscillator 3 means that we can alter the pitch of oscillator 2, but it will be forced into the pitch of oscillator 3, so it gives us a different tone. And you can hear it kind of going through the different harmonics there, can't you? And we need a setting of +6. Okay, now over to the filter, and it's a low pass 24 dB filter, and the cutoff is way down at 17. But just so that we can hear that, we're going to put the filter envelope amount up to 32. There we are. Can't hear it at all at the moment, but we'll persevere. And cutoff 17, resonance 0.9, key track 64, attack 0, decay 84. Now we can hear it. So that's given a percussive effect. Sustain 0, release 76. And in the amplifier envelope, we're going to have velocity 0, just because we can, and the attack 0, decay. Now, what have I written down there? Yes, I think the decay is 88 there, which is similar to the filter envelope. Sustain 0, release 22. So that gives us our Fender piano bass sound. And you'll hear that in the track. And I hope you enjoyed this session.